It's a busy Thursday afternoon at Cranbourne for Julius Sandhu with 4 runners engaged. And Julius, we're particularly interested to see Excess Lofty Strike's full sister make her debut.
Yeah, really exciting. We were meant to go around last week, and yeah, nice horse won that race and brings his half sister. But we drew the car park that day, and I didn't really want to throw her into a race where she's going to have to work. She's got some early speed. That's her pattern, and so we opted to scratch, and we've drawn the gun barrier today at Cranbourne. So for us, I was trying to give her the best possible opportunity to run at her best, and it looks like the race maps out well. She'll go into the race in good order. Really happy with the way she's trained post her jump out. Her gallop, her last gallop was pretty sharp, and Bo was very pleased with the way she's come through her two jump outs and into that last gallop. So we go into the race with a fair amount of optimism.
Got a bit of an opinion of her, have for a while. What sort of campaign are we looking at in spring?
Uh, it's a little bit of obviously because it's her first campaign, racing campaign, and you've seen a lot of horses that can do some really good stuff on the training track and in jump outs. But the acid test is race day, so I want to get her to the races today and see how she goes. And all things being equal, if she measures up to her form leading into the race, and I'm happy with the way she comes through it. Then we'll probably try and target a couple of races to get some black tap into her pedigree. How high that goes, I think, depends more so on her. She'll dictate what that looks like. I'm very much of the opinion that she's a group type filly, but I'm also conscious of the fact that I don't want to rush that into and throw her in the deep end too early. I'll let her dictate what that looks like. If I can get a smart race into her this campaign, well, that's great. If she gives me every indication she's ready for more, well, she'll dictate that.
In race 5, you've got Scamster. It was first up for you last time out. It was a good second. What are your thoughts second up?
Yeah, he was that race that he ran at Bendigo. He surprised me a little bit, not because he ran second, but I didn't think he was forward enough to do that day. Um, Clearly looking for more ground. All his prior races have suggested he can handle that. He's stepping up to the 2,000 meters today. He's come through the race in good order. Um, he's kind of the change in the weather has done him a little bit. I mean, I know it's a bit gloomy today, but the change in the weather has seemed to have brought him on a little bit. He's a lot brighter in the court. His training has been good, so yeah, I really expect him to run well tomorrow. I think he'll measure up to that race, and hopefully he's at the business end.
You've got Bold Response looking for 4 in a row. He's been racing in fantastic fashion.
uh, he's the star of the stable at the minute on form. Um, I said this a few times on record that I thought he had a lot of ability in his first campaign, but mentally he hadn't put it together. He wasn't giving me on race day what he was giving me back home. So once we put him out for a break and brought him back, his first two races were good. He then had, the odd one at Sale where I think nothing went his way, and post that he's gone win, 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 and it looks again a harp on that. He looks like the penny's dropping with him slowly, and he's beginning to understand what the racing cape was all about. Um, I hope that continues because he does have a fair amount of ability, and I think that if I'm right about the fact that he's now a racehorse, I think that he's the kind of horse that makes his own luck. He's got a lot of gate speed. He tends to camp on the lead or just behind, and that looks like what will play out again today. And hopefully he's there, on the top of the straight, either leading or ready to pounce when the whips are cracking, and hopefully he can make it 4 in a row.
Charlie Kennedy looks like she has a nice connection with him as well.
Yeah, I think she's trying to work him out. As she said in the last interview, he can be a little bit of an annoying horse from time to time. He's got some quirky habits about him. He can do that on the training track as well. But she's kind of worked out that keeping him happy is the way to go. So she knows what she needs to do. She'll either posse up with him or she'll give him his opportunity to lead if that's what the rate dictates. At the end of the day, she knows there's no one way to ride him. He just needs to be kept happy, and she's worked that out. So I'm sure she'll do that again today.
You got He's a Legend in the last. His form suggests that he's better suited on a softer ground, but is that a fair reflection of his ability?
Not really. I mean, yes, I can look at the 5 against good tracks, and there's no placings there, but the races haven't really gone his way. A couple of times the saddle slipped on him, the jockey fell off after they came out. He stumbled out the gates, so there's a fair amount of excuses as to why his form on good track doesn't read very well. He hasn't given me that indication at home. Yes, his preparation into this campaign has been more so on soft tracks because we've had a lot of rain around. But I don't, at this point in time, I'm not convinced that he's one dimensional in terms of needing a softer given the track. Um, Whether or not that will be the case, surely I'm about to find out this campaign because it's only going to get firmer from here. I'm not prepared to throw out the possibility of him running a good race tomorrow because the track could be on the firmer side. I think he'll handle that well. He's raced once at Cranbourne and he's raced very well. I mean, he pounced on and almost got the leader on the post last time he ran with Froggy rode him. And, he's another one that kind of races closer to the pace. The other day at Kilmore, he didn't jump as well as he normally does. He had the blinkers back on, and I've taken them off today, and he'll probably jump and sit closer to the pace, not necessarily on the lead, but close enough. And if that would be the case, he'll probably be there at the business end, hopefully.
For those looking to have a bet on the meeting, who's the best of your 4 runners?
Probably have to say the filly up front. I mean, she's given me the caveat obviously being that she reproduces on race day what she's doing back home. But if her form stacks up from the training track into the race, then I think she's going to be hard to beat. And you never bag winning form, and he's had 3 in a row. So I'm hoping he can make it 4.